right, y'all. So let's talk about this. You see the thumbnail. Michael Jai White, Billy Blanks, Jim Kelly, Taimak, Ron Van Cleef. Just 5 of the names of people, black martial artists. Now, this is a video that I'm making because, I watch a lot of things. I see a lot of things. I hear what's going on. And I see a whole lot of martial artists. I see young black martial artists. And one of the things that I notice, because I know a lot of people personally, there's a lot of people I meet and see it. There's so many black martial arts instructors, right? There's black people that fight in tournaments. Now, let's just go with movie stars, okay? I noticed that all these black people always trying to perform Chinese or Japanese customs or, and I don't know if they think that's going to win them over with the Asian people, but they act as if black people, they act just like racist white people. They act as if just racist people in general. They act like black people are just not qualified. Do you understand? They're just not qualified to train them and get treated the same way that they would an Asian instructor. Example of something. I don't remember the young man's name, but I remember a guy was talking. Now, he said that Michael Jai White, I think Michael Jai White he said a video that he made, and he said Michael Jai White, I think, criticized or said that his style, whatever what he's doing don't work or whatever. I don't know. But I remember something to that effect. And I wasn't looking for the video, but when I saw it and I heard him mention Michael Jai White's name and I heard what he said, I remember this was probably about 2 months ago. But when I heard him say it, he was being interviewed. And he basically said that he reached out to Michael Jai White and told him he felt disrespected. He don't know why somebody of his stature would even say something like that or whatever. And he said Michael Jai White responded by saying that he feels really stupid because at this point he should know better. He didn't really mean any harm, but when you think about it, it was unnecessary or whatever. Okay, whatever. So basically, it was one of those things where he had a personal experience that he spoke on. Now, this particular brother didn't say, I hate Michael Jai White or F that nigga. Nothing. He didn't do all that. He just basically said what was said, and that they, it wasn't even words. It was like messaging or whatever. But I see how all of these black people, you got one person, the people he's talking to, then you got other people watch the video, they talk about the video. I swear to you, you could put 10,000 black people in one room. Black people will argue with each other that Bruce Lee would have kicked Michael Jai White's ass. He would have beat Muhammad Ali. He would have beat Sugar Ray Leonard. He would have beat Marvin Hagler. He would have beat up Mike Tyson. This is exactly what they would do. They would argue that Jackie Chan would do the same thing, that Jet Li, everybody that's not black. You understand what I'm saying? This is just what black folks do. Crabs in a goddamn barrel. We don't support our own. We just compare and tear down. And I'm sitting here going, this is crazy. Because it's like when you grow up as a kid, we saw Spider-Man, we saw the Incredible Hulk, we saw Thor and all that. So you start liking these cartoon characters in the comics and all of that. You don't see Blue Marvel. You don't see Storm. You don't see Luke Cage. You don't see these black characters. You just see white characters and whatever nationality they're supposed to be. But that's what you see. And then at some point, you grow up and develop this liking and the mindset to think that when it comes to anybody being the head, being the leader, being a dominant figure in some type of way, even like with movies or whatever, it can't be somebody that's black. That's what you inherit, and so you don't even realize it, but that's exactly what you feel. This is why You'll go into a toy store and walk right past Black Panther, walk right past Storm, right, and go straight to the white characters. Let's just be real. It's the same thing. We're watching movies. We grew up, we love watching Bruce Lee movies. But I can tell you when I was a kid, I used to draw a lot. Me and my cousins, one of my uncles used to draw all the time. And I can tell you, I remember one time I drew a picture. It was Jim Kelly. It was Ron Van Cleef. I forgot the other guy's name, man. Damn, I forgot his name. But anyway, I used to draw, and I remember people was looking at my drawing like, who is that? So when I told them who it was, then I did it with the pencil. Then I colored it, you know the colored pencil. I colored them in. I used to love using the colored pencils instead of crayons because it looked cleaner to me. It looks more clean. And I'm sitting there and I'm drawing it, right? What do you think the white kids is drawing? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people was doing, but Chuck, Bruce Lee, whatever. Most people was doing Bruce Lee. But what do you think the white kid? They were drawing Chuck Norris, right? Billy Aikido. You understand what I'm saying? This is who they were drawing. Now, who do you think the Asian students were drawing? It wasn't a lot of them, but who do you think they were drawing? Now, overall, who do you think most people were drawing? Bruce Lee, anybody that wasn't a black figure. And I noticed that shit. And I remember even like when Michael Jackson was at the height of his career, it would always be like an older white talking about, oh, the Beatles, man. Michael Jackson not the best. The Beatles, Elvis Presley. And I'm just looking at them. I really can care less about any of that. But I noticed what I'm saying is people always just innately have this understanding of, oh, he or she looks like me. They might give you the shirt off your back to help you. They're just not going to give somebody the nod. Not even because they think it's true, but because of a bias. You understand what I'm saying? Like when people, Michael John White wasn't no real fighter. How do you think he could beat John Jones? He never said he could beat John Jones, but he said if I had to fight John Jones is dead. That's my mindset. Like who the fuck goes into a fight going, well, I don't think I can beat him, right? Wait, y'all say he's not a real fighter. People, how long have I been asking this question, this rhetorical question, plus an actual question, because I know nobody can answer the shit. Honestly, if they're trying to defend. What's Bruce Lee's fighting record? Every time I ask somebody that, they think they're about to walk into a trap. So they start trying to dip and dodge. And well, why are you? No, don't ask me a goddamn question. If I ask you a question, answer the goddamn question. If you don't know, just say you don't know. But don't ask me a question because I'm asking you one. What was his fighting record? Just say you don't fucking know. And my point is, I don't care if it's boxing. I don't care if it's Muay Thai. I don't care what style of combat it is. Bruce Lee doesn't have a fighting record because he was not an actual fighter. Fighting other masters, grandmasters, I don't care about all those titles and some dojos, all these little unsanctioned, that shit, anybody, we all did that shit, but listen, you can take fighters, I put this on my dead mama, and myself included. You could take fighters that sparred and did a whole lot of other shit, may not been seen to the world, but will beat the fuck out of fighters right now that you think, or at a time where there's guys and they notice. And this is one of the reasons too why people say never fight your sparring partners. And you heard people say, man, these guys that I spar with, I'm like, yo, why don't you stop, man? Why don't you go make some money, man? Go make millions. You could beat these same guys I'm beating. Shit, you tearing my ass up in the gym. And sometimes it just don't work out that way. But my point is, we're talking about people that's accustomed to the shots, getting hit, knowing how to slip and move and get back, as opposed to somebody that studies a certain martial art, but they're not. Let me tell you something. That little point system shit, like what Zab Judah was talking about, Like you doing karate, it's just point. It's a whole different ball game when somebody's in there trying to break your shit and you got to go however many rounds. It's a whole different thing. Of course, non-fighters will say that shit. People within martial arts, it's just like some unwritten law. You just can't say anything or say anybody's better than Bruce Lee. Fuck y'all. I'm not under no vices. I say what the fuck I want to say. I don't give a fuck who I offend. Fuck y'all. You know, at the end of the day, I noticed through time, I could say Jim Kelly's name. Nobody knew who I was talking about. If you say Enter the Dragon, the black guy with the afro, oh! Now, the people that knew who Jim Kelly was usually black people. If I said Billy Blank's name, black people. If I said Ron Van Cleef's name, black people. None of the Asian people I know knew who none of these people was. Taimak came after that, and he played in his one and only movie, which was The Last Dragon. But nobody was knowing who these people was. I said, okay, let me ask y'all something. Why does it make you as a black man angry that Michael Jai White said he can beat Bruce Lee? He was asked a question. He answered the question honestly. Why does that make you mad? Why does it make you mad if somebody says Ron Van Cleef would have beat Jet Li in a fight? Why does it make you mad if somebody says Jim Kelly was better than Chuck Norris? Why does it make you mad if a black fighter, a black actor, a black actress gets the nod over a non-black? Why does that make black people mad? Why are you sitting up here arguing with each other and debating with each other, trying to tear each other down just to prove a point, to prove superiority of someone of another race and ethnic group over black people? Like, no, we here to be niggas. We can't be better than nobody at nothing. Don't you ever say that. That's blasphemy. Don't you ever say nothing about Mr. Leo. Y'all sit here and go through all of this. I've heard Asian people, white people, and so many other people talk shit about Michael Jai White from a fucking simple, him answering a question. I don't give a fuck none of y'all say. Bruce Lee little ass is like 5'7", 5'8", 132 fucking pounds. Y'all can talk all that Superman shit. And this is why even like when I posted that video and I showed you, Bruce Lee, y'all was using Bruce Lee, that fake ass nunchuck with the ping pong shit. Y'all was just fucking guys playing fucking tennis, ping pong with nunchucks. Yeah, I never seen Michael Jai White do that. I said, no, Negro. And this wasn't even a black motherfucker. I said, no, Negro. And you didn't fucking see Bruce Lee do it either. It wasn't even Bruce Lee in the video, dumbass. I can reiterate that for you. What you saw was an ad for a limited edition Bruce Lee Nokia phone. And in that video, it was a guy that was really good with nunchucks. He's using the nunchucks. He's not hitting a ball at all. He's doing this, and then he's, right? And every time, what happened is you had a guy on the other side. The guy on the other side, they're both working together to where his swing matches his swing. So they're going back and forth. Then they added the ball. So the ball was added to match the guy that was playing Bruce Lee's swing with the chucks versus the guy with the ping pong paddle. It was a freaking ad. It wasn't even Bruce Lee. You guys were using that as a selling point to say Michael Jai White can't do that, neither can Bruce Lee, and neither can nobody. I'm nice as fuck with the nunchucks. I can't do that shit either. Nobody can. I have common sense. I knew that shit was fake when I first seen it. I mean, but I remember people seeing it and losing their minds, and I'm like, y'all just believe everything. You can look this information up. It wasn't even Bruce Lee, and yes, it was for a limited edition Nokia Bruce Lee phone. But I'm sitting there going, just look at what black people do. I've seen at least 50 videos of somebody black sitting in front of a camera looking like they about to tell you they just lost their mom, or somebody just took the life of their daughter, to tell you how upset, disappointed, and angry they are because Michael Jai White said that he could beat Bruce Lee. I'm like, wow. Wow. You guys are programmed to go with the so-called politically correct answer. I'm not. I don't care what anybody say. In fact, I remember, and I'll put this on my dead mama. Okay? I'll put this on my dead mama. I remember Bruce Lee sitting there being interviewed, and the motherfucker asked him, who would win in a fight, you or Muhammad Ali? He's too big, and he would kill me. He's too big, too strong, and fast. I would have to gouge the eye or hit him low, even bite. I remember Bruce Lee saying that. He couldn't beat Muhammad Ali in a fight. You got people, he's too fast. Ali wouldn't be able to hit him. Like, you guys really think people are superhuman. This is why, also, when I look at the level of immaturity of this generation, I hear people saying things like race. They speak about racism, systemic racism, right? They talk about Jim Crow, all this stuff. They address things and attach it to TikTok or Instagram, like social media, as if it started there. Like, do you know that this has been going on? Like, and people are trying to program you. They're trying to brainwash you. Well, religion, I was looking at yeah, it's all been going on. It's not new. So even for the people that do have some book knowledge of, well, this happened, or the book says that this happened, that happened, and this happened because of that, and this was back in such and such. Okay, cool. But in terms of how you attach it to reality of the like in real time, they still sound like they think this shit just started happening. It's like when people talk about this country being racist, like, you think that America just all of a sudden became racist because of Trump? I keep telling y'all, Trump gave these motherfucking racist people confidence that they can just be open with it. Now I can be at work and call your baby a little stupid nigger baby. I hope somebody kill your little nigger baby. And the police is, well, what did he do wrong? He just was exercising his rights to speak, freedom of speech. And yeah, they want Jim Crow all over again. This country's been racist and hateful. It didn't just start now. And I said, you know why that is? Because all the people acting shocked is because y'all didn't give a fuck about when this was happening to black Americans. But now this is happening to your people. Now all of a sudden America's racist. But case in point, why we never support our own? Why is everything always got to be about comparing? This is why I can't support a lot of shit I see black people do. Because I don't see any authenticity. I don't see any heart. I just see a bunch of cowards, a bunch of bootlicking cowards. Y'all sit up, like I said, and argue with each other. I'm talking heated arguments. Not one of you nappy-head Negroes ever seen Bruce Lee fight nobody. No, but Joe, I don't give a fuck about what somebody say. People can say what they want. Fact is, he had no fucking professional fighting record. Because he wasn't a real fighter. He was a guy that can defend himself probably for the most part. Or I'm not saying he couldn't fight. But on a professional level, no. Movie acting, you can't judge anybody on. Nobody that you ever seen fight in the movie fight the way they do in the movies in real life. Nobody. So remember how people used to do all this shit trying to copy Bruce Lee? Okay, yeah. Do this stupid shit in the real fight and see what happened to one of your pinky fingers. Just do that shit in the real fight. And all that hollering with that high pitch, hollering and all that shit and screaming and yelling. I forget the guy name. Me and my cousin was talking about this a couple of months ago. About a guy that was there when Bruce Lee and the fight they talking about, him and some particular guy that was supposed to be a famous kung fu, whatever, some type of whatever he was. And I remember he's like, so what do you remember? He said, oh, let's just say there was a lot of screaming and running, like sarcastically, a lot of screaming and running. All of these fucking things that people say is never something that's recorded. When it's not recorded, people can make up anything. They can adjust it how they want. You know people personally that tell you things. But when you're there to witness it for yourself, things never happen the way they tell you. So you can love Bruce Lee, and I have no issues with Bruce Lee at all. I don't know Bruce Lee. And from what I videos I've seen, stuff I read about, lectures and things I heard him say, he seemed like a pretty decent human being. So it's not about Bruce Lee. It's about these idiots that keep making claims, and period. Like Shakur Stevenson can tell y'all that Ray Robinson is trash. So what? Right? That's what I say. I don't care what he say. That's his business. Do I think he would have beat Ray? Nope. I think Ray Robinson would have beat the shit out of Shakur Stevenson and knocked his ass out. But I'm not mad at him for saying that. That don't bother black people. You see my point, though? That doesn't bother them. But Michael Jai White says he can beat Bruce Lee. And y'all hate Michael Jai White. I remember somebody tried to put some little bullshit video. Ron Van Cleef. Remember they was talking about, oh, he tried to challenge Bruce Lee to a speed test and Bruce was beating him with it. And I'm like, what does any of that have to do with a fucking fight? Fights do not... See, your opponents don't cooperate with you. This is why I never respected that shit when somebody is trying to do a demonstration. They'd be like, swing like this. I'm like, well, no. If I was fighting you, I wouldn't swing like this. I wouldn't do that. Let me throw the punch the way I threw it. Let's see you block it then. They get scared now because, because they're trying to teach you self-defense. And that's bullshit. For me to tell you, it's like when you watch a movie, and the motherfucker I love watching those like martial arts movies, especially the old ones back in the day. You know, Return, 36 Chambers and Golden Arms and Crippled Avengers. That was my shit. Growing up watching this stuff. You see a guy in the movie, this motherfucker got a stick this long, right? And he's running up to the, now, first off, the stick is way back here. And this is a long range weapon. So why do I need to be this close to finally swing that stick at you? Because it's called choreographed fighting. And when he's doing that, this guy's going to get his move off on him. And okay, so even when he had the stick is ineffective because he can't get to him. That's movie fighting. You see in movies, somebody pull out a knife and the movie goes, all this shit. Okay, right. I know if I pull a knife, I'm going to poke you full of holes. I dare one of you kung fu masters, you so skilled, you can block I guarantee you, I will poke your ass up so fast. Bottom line, the most down-to-earth person, I don't remember this dude's name. I remember one of the instructors when we was going to karate class, and I remember he said, he was showing you how to try to disarm somebody if that person had a knife. But like he said, the best thing that you can do, if somebody pull a knife and you got space, run. At least while you're running, looking for something to pick up that you can quickly defend yourself with. He said, because let me tell you something. One mistake and you could be gone. And if you get hit in the heart, the lung, of course, right? He's like, and he was telling us, don't believe that movie fighting shit. It looks cool in the movies, but in real life, if you can avoid, run. Let me explain something to you though, right? I've done a lot of different things. And I can tell you, unsanctioned fights, you might think they're brutal because of the word unsanctioned. This is a bunch of people, and I guarantee you, whatever size room they're in, I've seen it. They use the entire room. All the space. There's no rules. There's no. Just like with boxing, why do you think sometimes they have a smaller ring? Because the brawler is fighting a guy that uses the ring and move. He wants the ring smaller. So if he has to say so, the ring is smaller, right? To give him more of an advantage, to take the advantage of this guy moving so much. I've seen a lot of these dojo fights, and I see how they happen. And I'm telling you, it's different. It's not the same. But y'all somehow think Bruce Lee wasn't human. Now, this video is not about Bruce Lee. It's not about Jet Li. It's not about Jackie Chan. I love watching all of them in movies. I got a bunch of their shit right now. Okay? I love watching them in movies. But my point is, we as black people, we will sit here and brag about Joe Montana. We will brag about Dan Marino. We will brag about Peyton Manning and all, but we won't acknowledge Warren Moon, Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick. No, we won't. No, we just won't acknowledge them. We will sit here and try to compare Rocky Marciano to Floyd and want to give Rocky Marciano, right? Rocky was fighting killers. Rocky was fighting a bunch of old men. Let's just be real. Or undersized guys that was coming up in weight to fight. But bottom line, and not to take nothing from Rocky, but fuck all that. This is what I'm talking about. We will sit here as black men and women and talk about rappers and how great this rapper is and that rapper is and that rapper is. So I'm saying Rakim or Big Daddy Kane. Yo, but then you got G-Rap, you got KRS-One. Yeah, but what about the DOC? Too, yeah, word. Yo, all right, you know Pac, you can't, come on, you gotta go Pac in there and bit. Yo, I know somebody who could beat all of them. Who? Don't say Method Man. Nah. Don't say Raekwon the Ghost. Nah, then who? Eminem. Yeah, I forgot about Slim shit. I swear to you. On my dead mama, when I would watch these reaction videos with Eminem and Cool J, that Murdergram dude video, I swear to you, if you haven't noticed it, just watch it and see if you don't be back in my comment section going, damn, Aries, you was right. It's something about black folks, man. When LL is rhyming, who's a veteran, a seasoned veteran, been doing this forever, people are like, damn, all right, L spitting. All right, okay. Well, and they keep pausing the video to talk. They pause. I mean, the verse ain't but 60 damn seconds. But goddamn, they do like 10 fucking pauses before he even get through the verse. And just start talking about nothing. The second they see Eminem's face, they smile. Go back and watch a bunch of videos. Just pick whatever and see if you don't. I'll be coming back in my comment section telling me you've seen this shit. And I'm like, yo, it's just something about black folks, man. They see Eminem's face and just... And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers, man? They literally smile. And then when Eminem starts, yo, this guy, oh my God. Eminem can literally sit there and go, fuck. Oh my. Did you hear him? It's not even just the word, but the way he said it, the cadence. He said the F, the U, the C, and the K. So, I mean, he just said it so elegantly. Like, it's like nobody can say fuck the way Eminem can. This is the nerd shit. And I'll just be sitting there like, yo, it's just like black people are just mesmerized by anybody else that's just not black. And then they start the whole, L knew he had to be on top of his gang because he got M with him. And you know M, you know what I'm saying? M smoke everybody. And I'm just like, yo, just listen to these motherfuckers. Just listen to them. What is it with black people that everything is a fucking comparison? I literally seen a black dude who said he's a part of a team that create black comics, black characters, and they're giving black people a platform where we can watch and be a part of something that we can relate more to, right? And this dude is talking, and everything he's talking about is Marvel and DC and just comparing characters. And I'm sitting here going, bro, you should be plugging your product more. Push your product. Everybody know about these Marvel characters already. But everything is a goddamn comparison. Who's better, this one or that one? Remember I used to do that, y'all? Remember I used to do a little who would win a fight type of, and we did it for fun. There was no right or wrong answer to me. It was whatever you think is whatever you think. But sometimes you just lose interest in doing certain things because other people do it, but they do it and just take it way left. Because I'm not asking so we can bury people. I'm just asking a simple comparison. That's it. That's it. I remember posting a simple comparison. I forgot who it was. It was, I think it was Prince versus Motorhead. I said, who's the better guitarist? Man, people was leaving paragraphs in the comment section, and they were arguing with each other. Oh, and Purple Rain was this, and oh, what Motorhead made, and blah, 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 and this one. And I'm like, Why can't anybody just have an opinion and that's just it? Why is everything a goddamn debate and argument? That's this generation, man. And to this day, in 2026, Bruce Lee's been dead all these years. Jim Kelly lived a lot longer. Ron Van Cleef, a lot longer. Taimak still alive. Billy Blank still alive. And outside of Michael Jai White, most people don't even know who these guys are. But they know who Jet Li is. They know who Bruce Lee is. Huh? Every form of martial arts that's like if the Japanese with the samurai and with the ninja, right? You got your Thai fighters, you know, you got your Muay Thai and all. Like, people want to claim superiority through bias. I don't care about any of that. But my point is this. When you are walking around, like I seen a black man the other day walking with a shorts on with a bunch of white angels on it. And I'm just looking at him like, what's the purpose of those shorts? Like, what are you, like, what? It's just, you understand what I'm saying? This is not about you can't like something or somebody because of their nationality. Y'all know me better than that. I'm saying it's something with black people that it's like a spitefulness, a resentment, like it's just like, no, they can't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Y'all remember a couple of Christmases ago, they had a video and it was a bunch of white women. And I guess this is something that once the first one did it, I guess influenced the rest of them to do it. They were showing prank videos. Now check this out. They were labeled prank videos. Their little white daughters would open up the box and it's a black baby doll and the little white child was literally crying. Oh man, it's ugly, and throwing it on the floor and they sitting there. This is basically you teaching your kids to be racist. You're teaching your kids to act like pretty much it's a bad thing. That's why it's a prank. Because I knew you wouldn't want it. That's what pranks are. To trick you. Okay? Do you ever go into a store and see, like, well, nowadays it's different because they don't, CDs and all that shit is. But have you ever in your life been to a store and it says black cinema, or you got your reggae music and you got, and you just seen just nothing but white people not non-black people just flooding those areas up? Have you ever seen that? No. Have you ever been in a toy store and just seen just this black baby dolls and shopping carts of white families? Nope. No, you haven't. And in fact, when you hang, for y'all that celebrate Christmas, when you hang your tree up, are you afraid to put a black angel on top of your tree or a black Santa Claus on top of your tree? I'm not being funny. I'm just being straight up. I don't believe in any deity, first of all. I don't believe in spirits and angels and demons. I don't believe in none of that shit. Like I said, sometimes we say words when we're describing something, but like as far as the belief in it, the description of what that definition is what I'm using. I don't believe in none of that stuff. But what I'm saying is, why in the fuck would I be walking around, especially, and regardless, even if it was real people, but these are just somebody's imagination. Why would I, as a black man, be walking around with shorts that just shows a bunch of Romans or just a bunch of, you understand what I'm saying? Why am I wearing shorts that's just rocking a bunch of little white angels on it? Like, I'm scared. I'm scared of what people are going to think if the angels are black on my shorts. There's a guy around the corner from me. He make these house signs of the black fist and has BLM on it. Black Lives Matter. And he also does clothing. I told that brother one day, I said, man, listen here, man. Be who you are. Stand with 10 toes to the ground. Don't play with these people. Don't let them play with you. Understand who you are. You got people. How long has Trump been in already? But they still got them Trump Vance signs all over their lawn. You got people that ain't never been to the South, ain't from the South, but they got them Confederate flags hanging up. BLM, Black Lives Matter, is not a hate group. It has nothing to do with anti-colorism of anybody, any other ethnic group. But it's amazing to me, the story that he was telling me, stuff that how he was about to get physical with somebody because a guy, some racist guy had something to say, and he had to let that guy know about himself. And when the guy realized that, okay, he ain't no pushover, and he got in his truck and pulled off. Even tried to call the police, talk about they smell the funny odors coming from the backyard and all, just all kinds of shit. And fortunately, when the police did come out, these police didn't, do this bullshit that you normally see them doing. And he said, sir, I don't know what whoever's talking about. He said, I know some bigot came in here in a pickup truck a little while ago, and I had to let him know about himself. He said, I make these signs, as you can see. He said, and yeah, he make money off his signs. And so basically, if you're a black person and you're scared to put that sign outside your house, and basically they made to go into the door, or wherever you want to mount them up on. But if you're scared to do it because you're afraid somebody's going to set your house on fire, you're afraid that some racist attack might happen. Man, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all scared to be who you are. I got a shirt with all black faces and scars on it, and it's about black people. It's the family trace. It ain't got nothing to do with racism. It ain't got nothing to do with no hatred or nothing. Anybody feel some type of way about it because they're racist. They're a bunch of hateful, racist pieces of shit. You think I'm going to be scared to wear my clothing and rock who I am? I'm the motherfucking GOAT, bitch. I ain't arguing with no man. I would never call, I ain't about no other man being the GOAT or the king or all that, the God, all that. No. I'm the GOAT at being me. And that's all that matters to me. I don't need nobody's approval. I don't need nobody's acceptance or validation. I know who I am. And y'all be walking around here scared to support your own people. Why the fuck will we sit here as a black family arguing with each other, trying to put black men and women down? Now, I'm going to be honest. Like, for example, I don't get mad. I wouldn't get mad at Alicia Baumgartner, for example, if she says she thinks she can beat Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano. I said she should have been calling them out automatically. Honestly, I said I believe she can beat Serrano. Serrano, flat-footed, like I said, there to be hit. People try to make her better than what she is. They try to put her over Katie Taylor. Well, like me and one of the family, salute to you. We was talking about this the other day, right here on YouTube. Katie got better names on her resume than Amanda does. And she beat Amanda 3 times, yet they still want to say Amanda Serrano. And the crazy thing is, all Katie got a loss, Serrano got got losses, and all them other women got losses, including Baumgartner. But yet, they still trying to go, Katie now 1, Serrano 2, Shields. No. Shields is number 1. Plain and simple. But I do think if Katie Taylor still has her legs, that her style is just going to be too much for Baumgartner. I'm not arguing that point. If somebody think that Baumgartner will win, I'm not going to debate that. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, honestly, I don't think what Baumgartner has will be that version of Katie Taylor. Katie without her legs, Baumgartner all day. Katie without her legs, Baumgartner. But if Katie can stay on them legs and move, I just don't see what Baumgartner is going to do to catch up to her, to keep her from moving, to punish her, and get her shots off, because she's a safety first fighter. So even if she jumps on you, if you start throwing, she starts getting defensive. And she'll throw one shot to try to cut your shot. She usually turn her head. No, I see the things she do, and I just think stylistically, Katie would win. But I'm not going to argue that. And I'm not telling you I would want Katie to beat Alicia Baumgartner. I'm just saying what I think, like looking at what they have. Look, I've seen this video a long time ago. Chris Eubanks Jr., Sr., he said something, and I respected his honesty. He said that He was talking about James Toney and Roy Jones and the fact that they never fought. Chris Eubank Sr. said James Toney was different. He said, like, you know, he gave himself props for what he was. He said, but I was glad that Nigel Benn was my rival instead of James Toney, because I don't know what I could have done to beat him. I don't see what I could have done to beat James Toney. He said, and Roy Jones as well. And I heard him in another interview say he really didn't want to have to fight Roy Jones. Remember me saying, the guys that never fought Roy, the fights that never happened between Roy and Chris and James and Nigel and all of them. Now, what I'm saying, we don't know who won. We only can give our opinions. I've always said I think Roy beats all of them. We don't know that for sure, but I think he beats all of them. But the fights should have happened, but they didn't. But I respect Chris for being honest. Because let's be real with you. You have a lot of people that will tell you, I would have done this, not have done that, and he ain't ready for this, and then they get in there and nothing that they say they're going to do is even doable because that person they're fighting nullifies everything about them. There's nothing wrong with being honest. The problem is when you get to the point where you get defensive and you start making it personal. And now you want to see your black brother and sister lose. Y'all are some fucking idiots, man. Remember those idiots, those black idiots that went to the Trump rally? And then the white people were like, get the fuck out of here, boy. This rally ain't here for you. Trump's here, our president. Go there and vote for that nigger Kamala. That's your president. Physically, start jumping the black dudes. Y'all out here with all that diamonds on your teeth, your pants sagging with your little MAGA hats on, and was over there risking getting yourselves killed. There were no arrests made, nothing. I still got the video of one of the idiots in my phone talking about Trump is not racist. What Trump is trying to do, you see, people can understand, he's trying to clear up our borders. We have a lot of people here that's illegal immigrants. Shut your coon ass up. This is what I'm telling y'all. It's something with black folks. Bunch of self-hating. That's what it is. They're a bunch of self-hating, ignorant black people. You're sitting here the night that Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao. I remember I went to this restaurant and the dude was like, yeah, I'm playing a replay of Floyd and Pacquiao, you know, whatever, right? And then we sat there and we watched it, right? Let me explain something to y'all. Somebody in there had a birthday party. And it was about 30 Filipino people in there. The fight already happened. This is the replay. This is like the following week. Like the following weekend. Because I think the night that they fought, I don't remember if I was working or if I just didn't watch it. I don't know. But I know I seen it. I seen it like probably like 5 in the morning or something. But I saw the fight. But I'm in there and he had the replay on. They had a birthday party in that restaurant. It was already like it was a buffet. And they did this. I'd never seen, like, this is an open buffet. And they had like Asian style food. They had soul food. They had so much shit like in that place. And all of the Filipino people that was in there. Now, even though they already know the outcome, any time in the fight, the few times with Pacquiao was able to land some, I know one round he landed 2 good straights on Floyd in a row. But they were celebrating. I'm like, man, 25 people sound like 20,000 people. They were so into, they was cheering like in delusion, as if somehow the same fight going to end up with a different outcome. They were so into this, right? And you had black people sitting around there. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I was pushing for Floyd for Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao won. Did they rob Pacquiao? And I'm just sitting here like, wow. Just look at these coons, man. Just look at these coons. Now, let's look at the picture. They're clearly sitting there cheering for their countrymen. And these coons are sitting there cheering against Floyd. Even, what's Floyd, what was Pacquiao's trainer? The white guy, he got parked, he's shaking all the time. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Even he said, no, Floyd won the fight. Floyd, there's no robbery. Floyd won. The right guy got his hand raised. Floyd won the fight. And these idiots over here just sucking up, trying to impress the Filipino family. Why is it that everybody can cheer for their countrymen? Racism has nothing to do with it, right? They're just cheering for their countrymen. If you black and you cheer for your countrymen, you racist. You coons been out here in silly mode for so long that this is what they think, how they think they can talk to you. They can treat you how they want because you're just a silly coon. You don't even fucking support your own people. And y'all felt compelled to pretend that you wanted Floyd to lose, or you really did want him to lose, but you just had to let these people know that because what? What was supposed to happen? Well, my friend, listen to me. The next time you come to my restaurant, I give you free food. What was supposed to happen? Because you sitting up there going against Floyd. And I'm just sitting there shaking my head like, wow, man. But here's what I'm saying to you. Until we start to protect and support our own, we will always have that nightmare in America of being segregated and divided. You drive down the street, racist police try to find a reason to take your life. You in an area around a bunch of racist people. They don't want you around them. They don't care nothing about who you are. I don't care how much of a loving, you can be a sensational fucking human being. They don't care nothing about that. You go hang out with some people and they pull a Nolan Wells on you, right? Then you go around your own people trying to rob you. There's shootouts going on, there's kids outside, nobody gives it. So no matter where you go, you're just in a position of there's no safety net. Only the one you create for yourself. No unity. Without unity, we have nothing other than individual success and the hope that no matter what we do, what our loved ones do, that we live long enough to die from just natural causes. Not because some racist cop put a bullet in your head. Not because some gangbanger out there put a bullet in your head. Not because of any of that. Somebody did something foul to somebody. Otherwise, your day-to-day life. Do you feel safe and comfortable? Did you ever see the video of Sandra Bullock when she started crying because she said she have black children? And she said that she understand how black women feel being a mother. How you just never feel safe for your kids. When your kids are at school, your thoughts, your prayers or whatever is that they make it back home. When they go to work or whatever that, because now, her being white, she don't have the issues that black women have. But her having black children, she can empathize now. Because now I can put myself in your shoes and I know what it feels like. And I know. And here's the thing. The only advantage she has in being white is she might be able to get them to kind of back off as opposed to the black parent. You see them slamming black mothers and fathers on their face while their little 2-year-old kids are sitting there watching it happen. Nobody's watching the kid. They make sure the kid's okay. Nothing. These hate-filled, racist-ass people won't even wake you stupid niggas up, man. And that's why I sit here and I look and I'm just like, damn, you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me? Just think about this. I was never the kind of person like wearing somebody's face on my shirt. I got a couple of shirts, And it's not because I'm not no fanboy shit. I ain't into that shit. No fan man and none of that. But I do have, like, I got a shirt. I did it to support a black business for one. But I got a shirt with Fred and Lamont Sanford on it from the show. Just to let you know, that's like some TV shit. I'm not like no fan. No, oh, Fred Sanford and Lamont and whatever. Like, it's no. I got one with Shonuff and Bruce Leroy. And I forgot, maybe one more or something. I don't know. But I'm saying I got that. I wear stuff like that, Marvel and certain shit with characters. But I don't wear like real people on me. And the drawings they're all drawn, so it's all good. But what I'm saying, guys, is I've never been one of those people. But my mother's black, my father's black, my brothers and sisters are black. We got a lot of mixes in our family. Case in point, I'm black. So why the fuck would I be scared to be who I am? How the fuck does my mind tell me I don't want to wear a shirt that says Black Lives Matters or have black symbols on it? I don't want to put a sign outside my house that says Black Lives Matter because people might take it the wrong way. I don't want to draw black characters because people are gonna think I'm racist. How come you not drawing Spider-Man or Superman? Because I don't want to draw the motherfucker. How come you ain't drawing Black Vulcan? You understand what I'm saying? We don't support our own. How do y'all think the future gonna look for our kids? Huh? For our grandkids? How do you think that's gonna look? Because if black people continue to go the way we're going, even without Trump being in office, y'all trust Republicans or y'all trust Democrats? Y'all think you can trust Democrats and not Republicans? I don't trust either one of them. They're all the same. All of them. Regardless to what their politics are, I don't trust any of them. But I can tell you right now, even without Trump being in office, if black people don't make a change in how we treat each other, if we can't truly just love each other. Remember how all these black people some years ago was walking, crying with their arms open, asking for hugs? Remember the police was walking up hugging certain people? Why the fuck why we don't do that to each other? Why you gang-banging motherfuckers don't be like, hey, brother, I ain't got no problem with you, man. We all the same people, right? Why we don't walk around and hug each other? I mean, goddamn. At least, I mean, in the fear and the frustration and all that was coming from what? Our oppressors. The way we're being treated. See a black man and a black woman talking, they're debating. You see a black person walking past another black person, you either look the other way or they try to screw face. We don't support anything positive. We don't support each other. And all we do is look for fault. All we do is look to tear down. When we address issues, be honest. Yeah, be honest. But when you address these issues, what you need to understand is you're not going against black people by correcting a wrong, by telling a black person they're wrong about something. When I'm talking about this shit with Alicia Baumgartner, do y'all not see what's happening here? Do you ever, for example, hear Clarissa Shields' promoter talk bad about Alicia or try to instigate shit? No, but Jake Paul will sit there and try to instigate some shit with Alicia Baumgartner and Clarissa. People around the other black women like Shadeja Green sit there. We got a lot of girls up here that can go against Clarissa. And it's always crabs in the barrel. I would rather see my own black sister lose because I'm sitting here being a lapdog. Well, I tell you what. Did you hear Jake Paul or anybody from MVP talking about Shadeja Green, wishing her a speedy recovery, taking up a GoFundMe or some type of donation to help her out? Do you see all of that? Did you hear any of that shit happening? Of course you didn't, because it's not happening. But this is exactly what I'm telling y'all, man. Just like we sit here and talk about Shakur Stevenson think he need to fight somebody non-black to make money. When I'm sitting here saying Alicia needs to fight against Caroline, why not? Y'all two black women too. Y'all can start your own legacy. Y'all own little. Why not? Why not? But she calls her a little puppy on the porch. But she shows so much respect. All of a sudden, her and Amanda Serrano taking pictures on each other's men. Remember all this shit? Out of nowhere. Oh, now they're the best of friends. And they just both happen to be part of MVP. So she just respectfully says, oh, she would love to fight Amanda Serrano. And when she's asked about Katie Taylor, oh, yeah, oh, they're competent. Oh, nothing but respectful to them. But there was a time when she made it known she wasn't going to fight Amanda Serrano for 12 rounds. And 3 minutes on top of that? Are you paying me? Remember all that? Now all of a sudden they're best friends. Yeah. We see the bullshit. And this is my point. This is exactly my point. Clarissa Shields and Caroline, two black women who've gotten extremely close. You see Clarissa Shields working to help with other people. Clarissa came into the dressing room of Kay Scott and gave her the actual belts back. You want to know what I would have did though? Would that have been me? And I can say this. Because I can't accept something that I didn't earn. I would have gave her a hug and I'd have told her, I'd embraced her. I'd have told her that I love the opportunity for us fighting, right? You are where you are for a reason. You won fair and square, and I appreciate the gesture. But you are the champ. And I'd have put the belt on her waist, and I'd have put one on her shoulder, and I'd have gave another hug, and I'd have told her, you earned that. And I would have nothing bad to say behind her back. That's just who I am. Because she went in there and she did what she was supposed to. So basically, I'm still holding the belts in my hand. But I'm not the champ anymore. You understand what I'm saying? But that act of humility. I don't see Clarissa trying to tear people down. Clarissa just don't back down. We can't stand that bitch. Right, I know, but y'all love some Tyson Fury. I know. Case in point. We got to start protecting, respecting, and supporting our own. All of these black farmers, y'all better start trying to find out where they are. People trying to teach y'all how to grow your own food, especially you living out there in the South or something. Y'all better start paying attention to this shit. People showing you how, if you live up north, if you just got a garage, the people trying to show you how you can have your crops and shit up north, how you got to take care of them, because of the weather changes and all that, and the sunlight and all that. Look, y'all better start paying attention. Motherfuckers out here trying to teach you how to survive out here. But you know how that goes. Everything we do, we can't support a black-owned business. We don't create black-owned. See, the problem is when we get the wrong people that create a black-owned business, and they attract certain kind of people because they're very unprofessional. So that kind of stuff is going to happen. The problem that is, y'all will go into a black-owned business and argue and all this bullshit, but y'all will go to a business that's owned by anybody else and take whatever disrespect. In fact, if you don't want me in your restaurant, fuck you. I don't want to go in your restaurant. And y'all still want to eat there even after the terrible service. Y'all trying to book reservations for birthday parties in places that's already known to be racist. You will drive right past the Caribbean store. You will drive right past the soul food store and go right to somebody that you know don't want you there. Then you'll sit right in front of a camera and then complain and talk about how racist they are. Yeah, they probably spit in your food, blew snot in your food, put boogers in your food, and your dumb ass ate it because you too stupid to support your own. I'm just saying, plain and simple, I don't take shit from nobody. I don't care what ethnic group you're from. But if we going to sit here and continue to do this kind of stuff, it's going to always be the same for black people, man. And until y'all learn that, don't expect things to get better. You got to change and understand that negative mindset, that slave mentality. You getting mad and arguing with other black people. That nigga can't beat no Bruce. Bruce will kill that nigga. I'm like, just listen to you, motherfucker. Listen to you. Just listen to you, motherfuckers. Black people want to see other black people lose. They want to see other black people suffer. Not because they're bad black people, but just because your hating ass is a bad person. And you don't even love yourselves. Michael Jai White, Jim Kelly, Ron Van Cleef, Taimak, Billy Blanks, those are black martial artists. I'm not arguing over nobody. I'm not debating over who I think. I don't care. I don't even think about that shit. That's not even on my mind. Case in point, they're black martial artists. And I guarantee you can go to China. I haven't been there. You can go to Japan. You can go to Thailand. You can go anywhere. And I guarantee you there's nobody over there that got pictures of Jim Kelly hanging up on a wall. Ron Van Cleef. Okay, Taimak, none of them. Billy Blanks, Michael Jai, I guarantee you, none of them. And in fact, they talk shit behind their backs. Oh, he wasn't this and he wasn't that. And well, this guy, yeah. And they're never going to give anybody the nod over any of their countrymen. Something about you black folks. Y'all just still don't get it. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Catch you in the next video. Salute to my real black men and women out there. We got to do better. Salute.
They want black men and women to hate each other so bad because they know when we come together, they have no more power over our community.
When a black man and woman work together, they change the course of generations. They don't fear black love, they fear losing control.
No one can tell me anything about my black man. We know who the real enemy is, and I'm standing by my man until death and by any means necessary.
Stop scrolling, click the link in the bio, download the 20 chapters of knowledge, and learn how to build your black family.